I'm back again. Tell you what, I'm gonna have to get that. I think I'll get that. See if I can get that Eminem tune. Guess who's back? That can be the opening theme to these ones, can't it? Anyway, I thought it was very, very important that I get a live set up to come and just clarify some of these rumors. And really, all these things flying around about Chagoi events and platforms nearly ready for launching. Oh, crikey. So, definitely should get stuck into it. I've got a few videos, bits and bobs as well. And yeah, so much this week we've not got round to on the last episode. It's coming. It is coming. So today we will have, because I'm just about to, when I'm done with this, before I go and pick my kids up, it's Mrs.'s 40th birthday this weekend, and it's one of them where the celebrations are absolutely getting dragged out. So I'm on school run. However, just enough time to go and photograph the orange monkey that's going to go in the sort of super prize draw. And then if you remember, the committee of the group decided we was also going to do the £2.50 a tickets. Ginnerin Karashi Super Nisai Beast from Marado I've got. So there you go. They'll be running today, and we'll get them drawn some point. I was going to say Sunday, but I probably shouldn't keep committed to that, should I? Monday will do. That's it. Someone's week can start with an absolute boom then. There we go. Shipments settling in, an absolute treat. They are. The place is starting to feel organised and a little bit calmer all of a sudden. However, the thought of trying to fit in the next, is it two? There's one at least shipment, and it's quite a big one, into what I currently have, which is the mother of all gridlocks, is going to be quite interesting. But yeah, I'm sure I'll pull it out of the bag somehow at some point. So, the rumours about some gigantic bloodline grow out, they are true. They are true, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really sorry to tell you, they're true. Yeah, so the backstory. I have these Kano Chagoi. Not two words I've once upon a time I thought I would see together in the same sentence. And I caught on to this last year at some point, and that he had gone and bought one of those very rare, very special Sakai Chagoi, which all derive from the mango sets. This thing is a beast. They were all beasts. They are all beasts. It's one of the most beastly bloodlines in Koi. And there's always a thing here. I'm wondering, I wonder. I knew they'd been Tosai, so I thought, I'll wait. I'll go and see what the Nisai are like. And if there's a chance at any Tosai, I would absolutely love to lap some up and have a play, depending on what they look like and if those Sakai characteristics seem to have passed through, because that's what makes it unique. And we all know they're not really coming out of Sakai at the moment, yet to see if that'll happen this year. But the Chagoi was scarce anyway. And sure enough, I got there, and yeah, the Nisai. Let me get this video in and load it. It was exactly what I wanted to see. The body part passed through. Savage heads, savage height as well. Backbone, just stocky, powerful, aggressive looking things like those Sakai ones are. Now, there's another unique element to it as well, is that the color tone of those Sakai ones was quite phenomenal. Albeit that can be a difficult tone to keep super clean with a Chagoi, but it is stunning and hard to get nonetheless. So I'm looking at these Nisai going, yeah, that's wow, just wow. Let me show you it here. Look, so we're all on the same page. Now, at the time, I was actually, what have I done there? I'll let it sound. There we go. I was focusing on those Aragokis in there, but Cano's not a cheap breeder, and I weren't happy with the price of what was in there, so left it. But obviously, I did manage to catch some of the Chagoi look, and as you can see, no messing with those bodies. Color variations, fantastic. Let's just pull that back. I actually freeze it. I'll find the right bit. There, look. Look at that. No messing. One pingret head, structure, body. You can see it, look, that really kind of unique color tone variation to them as well. Big fat peduncles. Absolutely every bit I would have wanted to see was in them. So at that point, it is all a case of, have you got any Tosai? Yes, I have. And at this point, everything had just been going right at that week. So I was over the moon. Couldn't get to see him that day. It's actually a fish house that's off the main Route 17. I was up in the mountains when we looked at them. So got an appointment the next day. And again, I just hoped they'd be what I wanted. And sure enough, they just look buzzing. So I featured them on one of my videos, managed to get a deal done on a decent quantity because I knew I'd want to do a grow out with them for sure. And for nice to document on the channel, see if this is something he's going to stick at. I think there's really a special bloodline here in the making for that variety. Obviously, when I get him there, it's then the chance to pick apart, because it would have been a risky move for him from a breeding perspective to have gone all Sakai, trying to cross all the mangoes back in, because there's not many generations between the offspring and the originals. So, and then you think, you know, what would be ideal to pair with them? Because there was some Ginrin variants in there. I have some Ginrin variants. They look good. What would be a good pair? Well, why wouldn't we take the other probably most famous Mujimono single color bloodline variety out there and throw some of that in the mix? So it was a very large male Ginrin Sorogoi from Marseille that he's thrown against it, which makes sense. That wasn't really for any particular. I don't think you're getting weird outputs there. He's probably called that off because it was just Chagoi he was focusing on. But that would A, give him the genetics there, and B, give him the Ginrin element to mix in, which wasn't in any of the Sakai stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's just paid off. So these Tosai have arrived. I don't know what the frick he's done with them since I placed my order. The size variation in there is wild. There's some absolute units that are freaks. Going to be a problem because they can't win in the growing pond with these. And yeah, it's just a win because I tend to go in cycles. Didn't have any Chagoi last year. I had Marido the year before, Marseille prior to that, and this was the one. This was the one. Looking at it, I thought if I could get them, that's going to be epic. And sure enough, I did. And just hats off to him. This is how my head's continuing. I don't know why more breeders weren't looking at this. Probably because of what it would have cost him to get a parent fish like that from Sakai, to be fair, however he's gone about it. But it just makes sense to try and take these things, and that's what the koi industry is out there. You know, someone creates something cool and they get parent fish and they put their own take on it and do. It's awesome. So yeah, that's what I've got. And I've got a video of them here. I shared it in the group earlier, but there's been that much interest. I don't often just jump straight on things because I like to let them settle, but there's going to be time for this to play out. So I thought, you know what? We've not got any actually live or running at the minute, clear them off. Let's stick it out there, get it done as our next grow out, and actually bring together everything we've got now in place, the event system, the microchipping, which was always going to give us the flexibility to do this. I got my throat there a bit. Yeah, why not? And the batch of fish is just stunning. If I share this video as a batch of Chagoi, it's hard to often get excited. I'm excited by the genetics, but the bit here that's really getting me is the color tone variation. And I'm quite astounded by it. So this here is the pond. Now sat in quarantine, and you can see, look how many different shades of Chagois in there. I'm just honestly, I'm in awe. I think it's awesome to see, and the body posture, yeah, amazing. It's the big thing I'm looking at in these, and having seen what he's done with the Nisai, I think this is going to be absolutely wild. I really do. The bang at it as well, as you can see already. No messing. So as I will be doing, I'll be selecting the very best from there for my grow out pond. And what we're going to put together for this Sunday is your chance to get one of these. The timing's going to be nice as well, because those who's worried they've got $1 per fish coming at the end of March, we're going to pace all this out quite nicely. So how it'll work, as always, we'll be selling you an entry, which will go for your selection. There's going to be, I'll get 100 fish entered, because I want to make sure they're the absolute best from that bunch, checking scale alignment and also all kinds of things throughout it. 100 set aside. We'll sell 75 places via the website Koi Online. On Sunday 10 a.m. they're going to get dropped, and for those the multi-buy lovers out there, 145 quid each, or 2 for 250. You want to get you sent a couple of color variations. They're going to, basically what we're going to do, they're going to be in quarantine anyway now till mid-March, and then we've got to get it done. So we'll do the actual selection event around the end of March and we'll be using the new platform. So I'm going to individually photograph. So much has really got my throat. Individually photograph the 100. They'll all get microchipped and onto the events platform. So you've probably seen that. There's videos you can go and look back at on the channel. You'll get it sent out to you. There'll be all 3 color variations, because there's 3 distinct ones in there, and some Ginrins as well. Not massive amounts, because there's not massive amounts. Your selection page comes out to you. You'll have plenty of time in this instance to make your selection. Big list. That's going to be a great one for you, innit? Eh? Trolling through 100 Chagoi pictures. Oh, awesome. And we'll do the live draw after that, and you'll have your fish, and then you're going to have 2 months of growing. So that's going to end at the end of May, which is going to be great timing. And obviously from the end of May, then there'll probably be a couple of weeks where I'll have to condition them down to ambient, and we can start shipping them from there on in. So over that period, even during quarantine now, looking at what they're doing, I expect they're going to grow a little bit. And the growing period they're going to have is probably going to be the equivalent of around 8 to 10 centimeters, because I don't think these are, I agree, Bit of Midori is going to sort that throat right out. I didn't get around to it last night, consoling me on my Sakai Kohaku will not open that scab up. But yeah, that's exactly it. So around 8 to 10 cm, I think, is going to get whacked on them, which, bearing in mind now they're at about 18 to 22 for potentially 145 or 125 quid. Go beat that. That is wild, absolutely wild, I think. Which is what we love to do with these, because they're popular. I like the Karashi one, sold out so quickly. The scale of it allows us to do it and make it cost effective. And I just think this is a Chagoi line to back. I'm very, very excited to see what they can do. I think they're going to go like shit off a shovel. No holds barred. You can just tell. And with those genetics, my Miss Toyotas, it's proved me right. They're going exactly like that. And even that's not genetics like these have got. Wild. So hats off to Kano for what he's produced there. Let's have another quick look at which one we got. There we go. The Nisai in there, as you can see, look, absolute savage bodies on them, and that color tone, Really, really unique. Right now, I've not had them long enough to see how that might develop over time. But just love the variation. To have the genetics, then the different variations amongst it. I mean, Marido, Maristates all generally tends to be one sort of colour. And let's have a look at them there again as well. Look. What do you think, folks? I genuinely think that's the most awesome looking pond of chags that I've ever seen. Absolutely stunning. I'm going to have my work cut out managing that pond as well. There's a few of them in there. Fucking things. So that's the plan. And Mickey, you see, Mickey's got it. He needs a gift for Mrs. for Valentine's. Absolute sorted. I wonder if I can get away with that one. That's going to make it a cheap do for me, isn't it? Yeah, I've got you a fish. Yes. So there we go. Sunday, 10 a.m. They'll be on there. It's not having right now. This will be a video series on the channel, but because we put this together quite quick, we normally release them before we do the sales, which tends to really blow them up. So you've got the opportunity to get in there before that really blows up. Very cool. I just want to be clear on, obviously mentioning the Sakai mango. There is the mango colour. You're not going to get that yellow mango in here. These are very much chags. Just play that again. Look, the mango reference is the genetics, the parent fish that they're coming from. But the lighter tone, especially, is the one I think will get this unique Sakai tone more as they grow through. You're going to tend to get the darker ones. You're going to get that sort of red mango glow come through them, reddy brown, really quite luminous. And then there's just the bits all in between it as well. It's going to be very, very interesting. But just please be clear on my reference there to the mango being the bloodline when they go way back. But yeah, I'm just surprised Sakai didn't double down on this themselves, to be honest, given what they know and how demand's been, whether it's just been tactical that they're letting sort of demand build before they do it again. But yeah, you can see some really unique colours throughout it. So like I said, I'll be picking the absolute best from there. There's going to be loads. I'll get as much variety across the board in there as I can as well. And away we go. But I can't, like I say, I think they're going to be bonkers what's going to be achievable with them. And that body type is just a one-off. Let's just dive into the comments a minute before I give you the very, very exciting platform news that we've got right now as we speak. At least I hope they are. Chris and Dan are on day 2 of having. I've got one of them in Ireland, one of them in Southampton. They've got Google Meets open and absolutely crunching data. They're having the time of their life, let me tell you. And it's getting close. You're gonna love what's in store. Let's see what we've got going on here. Chris has got his earpods in while he fits a turbo on a Kia. Love that. Mickey, hi Ricky. What a nice way to kickstart the weekend. Seeing my face, I know, Mickey. Loving the latest Chagoi batches. Could you share a bit about the genetics? Oh, there we go. I think it's fair to say I've covered that one, Mickey. Afternoon to everyone else who's in. Oh, I don't even know how I'll press that then. I hope I can resist what's about to appear in front of me. I hope you can't. I rely on your inhibitions being low and not being able to resist. Yes, that's what's Tom. Ricky, quick one. If you've 2 selections, will you be able to have 2 separate lists for the color variation you want, or will it not work like that? No. So how it works is if you've got 2 selections, you make your list again from 1, 2, 3, 4 down to whatever, as many as you can, and or line it up however. So if there's one particular color type, you can just absolutely ram them all up front, or do one the other, one the other. That's going to be the fun of that one. And yeah, obviously when you come up in the draw, you come up separately, and it will pick the next best available one, or the next available one that's from your list of selections. Love that about the Valentine's Day gift, Mickey. I'll be after some with heads like a shovel-nosed catfish to go, Marco. That's the one, Doug. Yeah, they're a lot like that. Honestly, that is. I want a shovel-nosed catfish as well, by the way, because that broad, angry face, I absolutely love it. Sorry, just joined. Have you mentioned cost yet? Yes. Cost is. Hang on, Dan's in here. 145 each, or 2 for 250, and that's going to be done around the end of March, grown to the end of May. Shipping's likely going to be around mid-June onwards with that one. Dan's feeding the fish on lunch while listening. Dan, two problems there. Why are you feeding your fish? You should be crunching data. And why are you eating lunch? No, them boys have been bang at it. And is it too early to know what gender they are? Absolutely, 18 to 22, 7. There's no tells. I can get away with even making an educated guess, just literally a 50-50 gamble. Yeah, Doug loves a multi-buy. Happy days. So anyway, the platform. You've heard me mention the platform. You've had a taste. You've seen. If you've not had a taste of actually having to play around with it, you've seen it with the events side that we've launched. That Nick wants to take my money now. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Yeah, it's so just coming back to it, fill it all in quickly. So the idea behind Koi Online was never just a WhatsApp group. It's around the concept of an idea, an ideology around a koi community and selling koi online, and what that whole experience looks and feels like. Obviously, we've got the growing aspect of it here. There's loads of parts to it, which we've done our best hacking into everything around WhatsApps, Telegrams, live streams, you name it. For us behind the scenes, I mean, the volume of fish we've sold is quite extraordinary, and I thank you all a great deal for that. But managing it at times, and I said on the review video of the year I did, it broke. Systems broke several times last year. So we always have, this has been going on for quite a while now in the background, and the platform for two sides, it's going to really enhance the experience for you and make everything much more streamlined and efficient in the back end for us. Because right now we've got stuff sat across multiple systems, and you can imagine how stressful that is. And we're getting close. Dan has done a phenomenal job. You know, when I get to look at this stuff and just see the bits, it truly blows my mind what's there. It's exceeded expectations. It's grown arms and legs. Dan's hard work, Chris's brain power on stuff, me causing chaos. It's all been thrown in, changed, pulled apart, done. And at one point we were almost ready, and then we went down a different route Dan thought of, which is going to allow us, because even once this version 1's out, it's going to be the very rawest version, and the stuff's just going to keep coming after. But the part we've got to now, like I say, the guys have worked tirelessly now for getting on for 2 days, actually merging the data over. So that's basically going to be the start of your own profile on the site that has all of your fish data linked to it that you currently have here with me. Historic data, I believe, as well. If you're still watching, Dan, fill me in on that one. I don't know if I've got it wrong, but at the very least, data of what's here now. You're basically going to have your own, like a digital wallet, your digital collection of fish you've got here for shipping, what's growing, the whole thing. So that is where we're at, as well as the other side of it, the interaction on how we put fish out to you and all the rest of it. But the real bit that I think you're going to love is that part, because genuinely some people have forgot some of the fish they've got here. They've got that many. And I just think what a cool way to manage it. And as we build it out, it's going to allow us to update Dan there. Look, yeah, historic too. Amazing. Update you easier on Azakari updates, and just the whole thing, a fully, you know, bespoke experience that we wanted to bring. And all this data has now been pulled across. So SATs on our system behind the scenes right now on the new one is the basis of your profiles if you've ever bought a fish off me, along with the historic purchasing data you've got and the current setups and outlines and the rest of it. And the guys very, very, very will it show us how much we've spent, or can you leave that bit out? Well, two settings actually. One shows you the truth. You press a button and it hides that and shows you the bit that you, if your wife's ever looking, you see, we thought about everything. Love that. Yeah, so you're going to have that profile there. And I suspect Chris is pushing hard on this, but I think possibly over the course of the weekend, you might be receiving wife mode. That's it. Dan, put that on the list, wife mode. Oh God, I lost my thread. Yes, if you have fish, you've purchased fish and you have them with me, you're going to receive likely an email invite from the system that's going to ask you to confirm. It's not access to it right now. We're not quite there, but it's going to ask you to confirm it's the next stage of the information correct, like your shipping address and a few other bits around your details. So if you look out for one of those, it may hit your junk. Once I know they've gone out, I'll let you know via the group. And yeah, look out for them, because they might land in junk first time. If they do, be sure to move us out and tell that system that it's not junk. And yeah, to make sure all the future ones land. And that's the next step. That once all that bit's kind of done, I know they're just working behind the scenes now, making sure the status of those fish is correct, i.e. it's not one that's shipped already, if it's growing or to be shipped over winter and all the rest of it. Once all that's tied up, the next part we're moving towards is just verifying the location of the ponds here that it's in. And then from there, we'll be actually rolling out the launch of the system, the first bit. So you guys will get your early access to that, to check out your profiles, check out your fish. And the really cool bit, and why we're obviously pushing this time-wise, is that by the end of March, when it comes to a lot of the overwintering actually finishing, this system's going to allow you to manage your own shipment bookings and the job lot, which is going to be seriously cool, you know. And I'm talking to the point here where you can literally decide which fish you're ready to ship, which ones you want to put in the box, all kinds of really cool stuff. Book your dates. Do you want it on? You name it. We're giving the power to you guys, and like I say, we can, if a fish isn't quite ready to ship, we can update the system with stuff like that. It's going to be phenomenal, and just enhance the whole experience there. Never mind the treacherous stuff, that the tools I'm going to get to show you the fish I've got to sell you at any given point. So there's the two, really, well, three sides to it, really. And like I say, us managing it in the back end. So, you know, at any point you can have a look at what fish you've got on, what statuses, etc. We can. It's amazing. And then in line with the microchipping that we're rolling out, we want to get to a point where any fish that gets listed up on this platform for sale will be microchipped. So we've also integrated massively into this for all of our CFAS documentation, because a big part of the CFAS regulation is all around fish movements. It's one of the things they're actually most bothered about. And by pretty much entering the microchip number, it's going to be able to show us a full fish's history of movements throughout the farm, on to off, internally as well, and obviously where it's ended up, whose fish it is. If there's updates around how the fish has grown, you know, new pictures, videos, the whole thing will just be there. And when we get to that point, won't all be there initially. That's how the Azukari will work as well. You know, you'll be able to see the updates as we post them up. And just as an example, you know, it'll be able to tell us when a fish's growing period has properly come to an end and an update's kind of due, so we can roll it out. Because that's some of the blockers that amongst it all has slowed us down in getting a lot of that stuff done. You imagine when it's spread out around all these different things, how stressful that is, and things can slip through, as I've spoken about. So it's going to really hone it all in. And like I say, can't wait. I wish you're not going to get it out of me, but and even some of the stuff I think where we'll be at, say, in 3 months' time from now, 6 months' time. Dan, by the way, this is me just putting it out there for some deadlines for kind of Mark 1s and Mark 2s, mate. Yeah, it's just going to go on and on and on and on, and can't wait for it. It's going to be a full year of constant drops of new bits. And that's the big plus to having Dan actually integrated in the team with us. They're going to love is that this will just be constant rollouts as well, tweaks and improvements and new features and functionality. So awesome. Can't wait for it. Wife's trying ringing me. Does she not know I'm live streaming? Anyway, that's what I've got for you. I think I said at the beginning the 2 prize comps that we've got behind on. I'm going to shoot off now and photograph an orange monkey, and then once I've picked the kids up, them 2 are going live, and then it's all about Sunday, really, isn't it? Absolutely phenomenal. If you've only just tuned in now, feel free to watch it back to the beginning. So it's going to be those epic Kano Chags, Sakai, Chagoi, Cross, Marase, Ginrin, Sorogoi. I mean, it's like, you know, if you ever wonder, like, if you bred together 2 giant beasts, do you get giant kids out? I mean, that is pretty much this, isn't it? And it really probably seems to be the case from what I've seen of them. So yeah, this one's going to be a banger. And I think if you look at it this way, say possible 8 to 10 cm anticipated growth, they're 18 to 22 cm now. Hell of a fish for 145 or 125 quid if you treat them to a couple. So remember, there's only 75 being sold. There'll be 100 entered into the event. So there's plenty of choice in there. And the draw is going to be around the end of March, and they'll grow through till the end of May, likely ship around the middle of June. And it'll be another nice one to have sat on the profile on our new platform when you get it as well, ladies and gents. So there we have it. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in live, and if you're watching it on catch up, I hope you've all enjoyed that and have a fantastic weekend. I'm going to go and jump on the camera, and I'll catch you all again soon.